Yo, 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 it's the kid, 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 it's the child, it's the child, it's the child, it's the child. Ignore that's over there. That is just my hair clippers and a really handy hand dryer over there. So guys, you know what it is now, guys. This is the movie Q&A that happens every Wednesday. So every Wednesday, you can ask the film aficionado anything to do with film. So let's leave the politics, life talk, sex talk, religion talk, flipping psychotic talk away. This is solely for films. This is solely a place where we talk about movies and where you can ask me anything to do with the movies, and I will try my best to ask about anything you want to do about any films. What does it mean to make a comedy, scripts? Because you know what I will be doing soon is making videos to take a one-on-one on films. Look, I had a very amateur film career, super amateur film career. And again, some of you do not know I wanted to be an actor. So my first thing of what I wanted to do was to be an actor. That didn't work out. I bricked it. You know, I bricked my acting career, and here I am now here and begging for change on YouTube. But I may make my return to films very soon. I'm working my boys. Hopefully, once this pandemic is over, hopefully, touch wood, me and my boy, this director I work with, we're going to come back strong with some films, man. So before I get to your questions, because this is where you ask your questions about movies, what's I going to say? Basically, movie night. So every Wednesday from now on is going to be movie nights, which is where I choose a movie of the week, and it is an open invite to everybody. So obviously, StreamYard only allows 10 people to come in, so you have to just pretty much click the link as soon as possible so you can get into the room. So tonight is going to be The Matrix. So you're going to come in, click the link, and we're going to come together with popcorn and everything and watch The Matrix. So it's going to be like me guiding you through the film. So I'll be pausing it, telling you about scenes, dissecting scenes. So hopefully, if StreamYard can work it well, it will work. So I will post the link on the community page on Half Up. So it's going to be from 10 p.m. So around 10 to 10 p.m. BST. So from 9:50 BST, I will post the link on there. Click the link. We can do the cinema club. So this will be the launch of cinema club, and we can watch it. So if you're a member, you can choose the films you want to watch. So obviously there are more films that I will actually want to be showing to the members, and members can choose their films. So last night, me and the members watched Dragon Ball Z Broly, which was quite interesting, you know. So I asked the dudes who knew about Dragon Ball Z just a bit about the lore and everything about the dude. So it was cool. Broly is pretty strong. Broly is pretty strong. So you had to get a combination called Gogeta to just about beat him. So he's the strongest, pretty much. So yeah. So guys, I'm here to take your questions, guys. I'm here to take your questions, man. No. Let me repeat again. The one tonight is for everybody. The film tonight called The Matrix is open to everybody. It's for everybody. Members, non-members, it's open for everybody. But if you're a member, you can choose whatever films you want to watch, and there are obviously more films during the week and so forth that I'll be pushing forth for the members. But for tonight and every Wednesday, it is for everyone. It's for everyone. So let's see what you guys I mean. Your best comedy film. I've always said this personally, it's Cable Guy. Cable Guy is still personally my favorite comedy film. So because again, so I think there's a difference between best and what I just think is overall the greatest. So see, for me, just personally for me, the film that has made me laugh out the most is The Cable Guy. If I was being objective, you know, there's this film by Richard Pryor called Brewster's Millions. Brewster's Millions, which is insane. The best writing in a comedy film might be Ghostbusters. The first Ghostbusters is probably the best written comedy film, because I remember watching Ghostbusters 1, even though I prefer Ghostbusters 2, but when you watch Ghostbusters 1, the writing in that film is flipping good. The writing in that film is flipping good. So shout out to your boy Harold Ramis for his work on there, man. So Um, oh, so, yeah. So look, as I said, look, Broly, like the guy is. You see, Japan are really good at doing at showing you how powerful a guy is. I don't know how to do it, but they're really good at just showing you how powerful a guy is. Um, and they do that just really, really well. So the way in which they sort of do it is like from look at how hard this guy is to beat. So when you just see how hard a guy is to beat, you can do 1 + 1, 1 + 1, and then boom. Yeah, that's how you can beat him. So for me, no. If for me, Broly is the most powerful because if it takes two guys at full strength combined to just about beat him, oh my gosh, it's one of so 1-on-1. Broly kicks Vegeta and thing is out, so the guy is strong. Um, Favorite run by director. It probably has to be Tarantino. Let's think about it. Reservoir Dogs. Then he then went on to do um, Pulp Fiction. Then he went on to do why am I oh it's the tip of my tongue. Um uh, Jackie Brown. He then went on to do Jackie Brown. Then I believe it was Kill Bill Volume 1, one of my favorite films of all time, and Kill Bill Volume 2. Then it might have been, you see, his run stopped with his Grindhouse film. But I think before, so when did he do his Grindhouse film? Because before he did his Grindhouse film, he was on a crazy run. Because that was his 2007. Some was in Bastards. Ah, okay, there you go. So Reservoir Dogs, Pulp Fiction, Jackie Brown, both Kill Bills. That's a damn good run. Because technically it's 4 films. Technically it's 4 films because Kill Bill is 1 film. But for me, it's cut into, so I say 5. So he had a run of 5 top tier quality films before he made Grindhouse. That's the best run of any director. You can't give me a better run than that. You can't give me a better run. You cannot give me a better run than that because all those 5 films are either top tier or extremely good. So just like once he Grindhouse was like, ugh, but then he then went back in with Inglorious Bastards, Django Unchained, Hateful Eight, and he then hit another snag with flipping Once Upon a Time in a Hollywood, man. Do you rate the Jurassic Park films? No, I do not. The only good one is the first one, which is an amazing classic. Lost World was just a bit. I mean, Lost World was all right. It was all right, but part 2, part 3 wasn't as good. And I'm not even bothered seeing the new films. Just from looking at the trailer of the new films, I'm like, yeah. These are things that we don't like, man. These are things we don't like. Oh, since you remember you requested it, we shall do Kill Bill. Because Kill Bill Volume 1 might not crack my top because my top 10 is quite full. But Kill Bill Volume 1 is easily my top 15 because, again, and I've grown to appreciate Volume 2. I hated Volume 2 when I first saw it because obviously I was quite young. So I hated Volume 2 when I first saw it because I thought Volume 2 was boring. But in my older age, Volume 2 is damn good. But Volume 1 is a flipping amazing film. Volume 1 is flipping amazing. Like, because again, for me, like, loving anime and Japanese culture and everything, how he appreciated the Japanese culture, the directing, the fight scenes, all the Japanese anime innuendos, the violence, the look, it's transparent, but the writing, some of the lines, when the guy makes her sword and everything, it's just an amazing film, absolutely amazing film, man. Superb. How do you define acting, and can you see bad acting? Oh, easily. Again, this is coming from me who was again a budding actor. You see, great acting, it doesn't feel like if they are acting. It feels natural. Bad acting is when you're trying to force the emotion and you can almost see them mouthing all of the words. Because remember, you're taking a script. So when you take a script, and I think even Pacino said this, is that you must learn that script back to front, front to back, back to front, so you can say it backwards. You can even say it in your sleep because you don't want to feel as if you're remembering the words. So, but bad acting is when you're forcing the emotions and it's not coming natural, where it doesn't feel real. And you see, it's so weird. Bad acting is when you're trying to act. Great acting is you're in the moment. You're in the moment. See, bad acting is you're like, okay, I'm acting now. I'm really crying now. It's like, oh my gosh, why did you do this to me? Why did you do this to me? Oh my gosh, that's bad acting. Great thing is why, why would you do this to me? Why? You see, because when you're in the moment, you don't need to shout loud because again, stage and the film are different. When you're on the stage, you have to project because they always say that when you're on the stage, you have to make sure the guy at the back of the auditorium is hearing you. But when you're in film, you're acting for the camera, so everything has got to be quiet. Which is why one of the best examples of that is De Niro. De Niro does small acting very great. Where it's like, no, everything, just bring it all in because it's about more real. Because stage is about expression and being expressed. Because stage is larger than life. But for film, is no, you have to try and create the realest emotions and most realistic um thing is possible, man. Um, the link will drop 10 to 10. 10 to 10, the link will drop. So check the community page. On the community page on Half Up Sorts, the link will drop at 10 minutes to 10. I will drop the link 10 minutes to 10. So that's when I will drop the link. I just have to set up everything, make sure that the audio and everything is all cool. All right. So, oh, wow. What's your favorite war movie? Favorite? First of all, favorite is a hard word because I don't really because war isn't nice. But let's just say the war movie that I think had resonated with me most personally is Platoon. You know, because it was very poetic in the way that it was done. And there's just something about the film and the way that Oliver Stone made that film that was like wow. And also like obviously the only issue with Platoon is I wish Emilio Estevez was in Charlie Sheen's role instead. But yeah, just Tom Berenger's performance is amazing. But that film is really Willem Dafoe's film. Like Willem Dafoe is the kind of heart of the film, and he's the guy on the front cover and on the poster of the whole thing. Um, so yeah, so so for me, I would say Platoon. I would say Platoon, but I always say that what's the name of this film? Full Metal Jacket could have been the greatest war movie ever made if Kubrick had extended the first half of the film. So if it extended the first half of the film, it could have been the greatest war movie ever made. But it is what it is, man. It is what it is. Where is it? Let me see. Let me see. Goodfellas. You see, that's what I say. People say Goodfellas and good. You can't compare them. I don't even know why guys keep on comparing them. Um, I don't know why guys keep on comparing these two. These are totally different mobster films. Godfather was the kind of theatrical take on mobsters, and it's focused much more on the family aspect. It was much more about the family dynamics of the mobster family. Goodfellas is much more about the kind of camaraderie and the nitty gritty and guys doing things. So in Goodfellas was much more about this is really what it's like to be in the mob and what these guys do really fully in your face. See, Godfather is it's a family film coated in the paints of a mobster movie. But at the core of it, Godfather is about family. But just telling a family drama is boring. So it's a family drama, but in the guise of a monster film. Goodfellas is fully about because Scorsese grew up with these kinds of people. You see, Goodfellas feels more real than Godfather because Scorsese was pulling from actual experience of literally living and breathing with these kinds of people. But Godfather was based on the Mario Puzo book was this is now the family aspect and the family dynamics and the lineage aspect of Godfather. We need to have a conversation about Fredo. I don't know because watching Godfather 2 again, I'm just watching some clips. We need to have a conversation about Fredo because Fredo, I see where it's coming from. You screwed up. In part 2, you screwed up, but I can see where you're coming from in terms of you're the older brother and the younger brother is treating you like trash. So I can just see where it's coming from. Thank you for super chat, Mr. Armchair Critical Bro. Thoughts on Gus Fring? Was he more moral than Walter White? So obviously this is obviously referring to Breaking Bad. And I'll try spoilers. I'll try and stay away from spoilers. I think neither were more moral than another. And I think the beauty about these characters is that they just existed and they just did what they had to do based on the situations that they were in. So neither was more moral than another. Gus Fring was, you can tell, okay, this guy has a very certain kind of past, and this is the life that he chose. And yeah, he had certain moral values and so forth. But when he needed to, he could be completely unethical and immoral. So I think it is interesting because I think for Walter White now here's the key difference is that Walter White, you saw a devolution of a man. So maybe you saw like at the beginning, Walter White was just regular white dude, morals, blah, blah, chemistry teacher. And as he grew more and more and more, you saw the kinds of maybe ethics and moral values he had begin get stripped away the deeper he got into this life that is new for him. But for Gus, I know so Gus was much more of a constant in terms of his moral compass. But for Walter White, it was a devolution and everything. But so you could say that he was more moral than him, but I don't think each guy was particularly moral in any way, man. Do you tell the difference from bad acting, bad writing, and that? Oh yeah, easily. So again, I already showed you the bad acting, which is the yeah, rather than the. You see, so bad acting is obviously when you're forcing the emotions. Bad writing is where so bad writing comes in twofold: dialogue and story structure. So in terms of dialogue, a great example of bad writing is the film Crash, is where the characters aren't speaking. The characters are not speaking. It's as if that, oh my gosh, these guys are just saying crap. And it's as if they're telling you what the film's about in their dialogue. That's bad writing. And in terms of story structure is where the transition from beginning, middle, and end is all wonky and how the story doesn't progress. But I say, wait, so how did we get from this position to this position? This position doesn't make sense. So why would the character do this? So when you're asking questions and the characters are doing illogical things and the story is taking illogical steps, that is bad writing. And the bad directing is where the structure of the film doesn't make sense. Because remember, the director sees everything. Because the director directs the actor, he directs the writer as well. So bad directing is when you look at a film. Again, a great example is there's this film called it's by John Avnet with Pacino and De Niro. But look at any film by this loser called Le Terrier. Um, so bad directing is where like things don't make sense, transitions don't make sense, and the even the way that the scenes are being framed, going from one place to another, it's like I can't even follow this. Because my thing is that if the directing is bad, it brings down the writing and the acting. Because again, yes, the writing can be good and the acting can be good, but the director directs the actor. The director can can do whatever he wants with the script. So that's the key thing. The director can do whatever he wants from the script, and the director tells the actor what he wants from it. Say, no, 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 I want that, because the director is head honcho of the whole thing, you know. So everything falls on that dude. Um, Foodie Wizard, thank you much for the super chat, Mr. Foodie Wizard. Have you seen Chronicles of Narnia? By the way, you visited my first super chat. Oh, sugar. Did I? All right, let me see. Oh, okay. So have you seen Chronicles of Narnia? I saw. Now, I'm a huge fan of The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, which is obviously what this is based on. So we read that book when we were growing up and everything. The first one, there were some good bits in it, but I think the cartoon is better. There's a cartoon of The Lion, Witch, and the Wardrobe, which is better, but the CGI, the special effects were flipping amazing. So I'll give it that. The special effects on it were amazing, but I didn't think that it's captured the true magic and the soul of the book. Hence why and I think me and my family even said it because we watched it as a family. So I think, but then after that, I was like, ugh. So I didn't even watch Prince Thingy and then the other ones afterwards. Funny you say this. Me and Danny T, we are going to be watching Juice. So what we are going to be watching Juice. So I'll probably give my review on it after I watch it. But yeah, call me crazy. I haven't seen Juice. I haven't seen Juice because so me and Danny, we're gonna tomorrow just sit down and we're gonna watch Juice, man. We're gonna watch Juice. So all right. Bad acting scene from a movie. Oh. You just Star Wars. Ray. Daisy Ridley. Daisy Ridley is a bad actress. Or just look at any Ben Affleck film. Basically, Ben Affleck in Ben Affleck in any film. But look at Ben Affleck in what's it called? Daredevil. That's bad acting. Daisy Ridley in all Star Wars films. That's bad acting. You know. So no, it's it's the worst acting performance ever. That's a tough one. That's a tough one. That's a tough one. I mean, Daisy Ridley in Star Wars is basically Daisy Ridley in Force Awakens. That's one of the worst I've seen. Daisy Ridley in Force Awakens is one of the worst I've. I'll keep it a buck. I'll keep it a buck, man. Because there's never been acting so bad where I stopped watching the film. I think I told you guys I began watching Wonder Woman, the film, on the plane, and I stopped. Gal Gadot was so bad. It took me about a year before I could muster up the courage to watch the film again. I mean, she looks great. She looks great. She is a horrendous, horrible act. Like, it's horrible. Absolutely horrible, you know. And I know people say oh my gosh, you're such a hater. Like, all the one is that she's beautiful and she's attractive and everything. I'm a film merchant. Actually, I love films as much as I love football. My love for films and football is about the same. I can't handle bad acting. You can look like the most beautiful creature in the world. If your acting is bad, it's hard for me to concentrate because when I'm watching a film, I take it very seriously. I watch films with extreme focus. So, you think you'll get the movies? I see. Um, you see, Brad Pitt is not a good actor, but he has charisma. So if you cast Brad Pitt in the right role, he works. Oh yeah, by the way, another candidate for the worst acting I've ever seen is Keanu Reeves in Dracula. Basically, it's tough. Keanu Reeves was horrible in Dracula. Basically, it is a toss between Keanu Reeves in Dracula and um, Gal Gadot in Wonder Woman. It's like, Captain Abby, I saw there when she over there. Like, because Keanu Reeves is trying to do an English accent. Imagine a California beach boy trying to do a aristocratic English accent. Horror. But then you have Gal Gadot say, "Sir, I am Wonder Woman, and I am here to save you from the day. Oh no, this is wrong. We must fight for them. And I am Wonder Woman. I am the god for thunder. So we must fight for them. Leave me alone. Come with me." What? So the women just bow to the men like this? No, no, where I come from, the men are like, so I'm like, ugh. Crazy. Brad Pitt is a bad actor. Put him in the right role, he can walk. So Brad Pitt in Fight Club, 12 Monkeys, Inglorious Bastards, he walks. But Brad Pitt in a Troy or a Seven, he's horrendous. DiCaprio is a good actor. But my problem with DiCaprio is he tries too hard. The problem with DiCaprio is Titanic. He was pissed off because people just saw him as the heartthrob based on Titanic and how girls loved him in Titanic. And ever since Titanic has been trying so hard for everybody to take him seriously. What DiCaprio doesn't understand is that you literally look like a child. And the dude is like 50 years old and trying to save the world. You look like a child. You look like a child, and what's called? So basically, you look like a child, and as well, like, bro, like, do some diverse stuff. You can't just be like, oh yeah, my DiCaprio. Oh my god, look at him, yeah, sure, man. Oh yeah, it's like, bro, chill, relax, do a comedy, do a romantic film, man. Okay, relax. Okay, you're serious. Okay, cool. Yeah, but look at your face. Look at your face and look at how what you sound like. Nobody is taking you seriously. Nobody's taking you seriously, but um oh, so I haven't seen a man apart. It was actually on the Netflix thingy man, and I was like, okay, should I view it? Should I view it? So yeah, um, a man apart. Yeah, that was yeah. So basically, I need to watch it because I'm a huge fan of Vin Diesel. I'm a huge fan of Vin Diesel, so I haven't yet seen it, bro. Roots was required watching, bro. Like I watched Roots when I was young, like really young. I watched Roots when I was really young when I was in Nigeria, and yeah, like because Roots was the first exposure I had to like racism. So it was the first kind of racism thing that I saw. And yeah, Roots is heavy, man. Roots is heavy. So I will. I'll watch it this week. I'll watch it this week. Probably, I'll probably watch it by Friday. Just that busy doing things, but I'll probably watch it by Friday. I told you. Uh, I just I like doing my things, man. Um. So yeah. I will try and watch because see, I can tell when a film is heavy, and just from reading the synopsis and everything, I can tell when a film is heavy, man. So guys, again, so for guys just coming in, movie night is tonight. Cinema Club is tonight. Watch a film with your boy HH. So tonight from 10 p.m. we're going to be watching The Matrix. I will send the StreamYard link about 10 minutes to 10. So try and click the link as soon as possible. And then we can watch the film together, The Matrix. Remember, tonight is Cinema Club. It is open for everybody. I dropped the link on the community tab tonight, 10 minutes to 10. Get in there and we will be watching The Matrix with your boy HH doing a nice little running commentary on the film, man. So no, look, see, the Will Smith isn't he's a decent actor, because see, I watched Pursuit of Happiness like a few days ago. Will Smith is a decent actor. He's not a great actor. Like he just isn't. But Will Smith has incredible charisma. I said again, one of the best leading performances in terms of just charisma and just really just sort of like capturing the imagination of an audience is Will Smith in Men in Black. Like Men in Black, yeah, it's a pretty cool story. Will Smith just captures that. Like Will Smith's performance from the opening frame to the end is iconic. I'm like, this is hilarious. This is hilarious. But yeah, Will Smith is just, he's just not a great actor. He's just not a great actor. And I think, see, Will Smith's strength is him, the man Will Smith, what he can do. That's what you're going to see. It's the man Will Smith. It's all he can do, man. Adrian Brody is a very good actor. Very, very good actor. You see, again, I've not watched The Pianist yet, which people say is his best film, but pretty much all the films I've seen him in, he's been like really, really good. He should have been. He got screwed over by Terrence Malick in A Thin Red Line, because A Thin Red Line should have been starring him. But Terrence Malick is a flipping weirdo, sort of cut him out of the film. And he was good in Predators, the Robert Rodriguez film. Just the film was trash, but himself, he actually acts really well, man. All right. Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen this yet, but I think a lot of people have said that it's a really good film. Because I remember when I was in school, everybody was watching City of God. Hey man, City of God. And you see, same thing with where I'm checking this says about A Separation. See, these heavy films, I need time to get into them. But the funny thing about films are, it's hard for me to like start a new film. I'm like, oh, don't really want to start. If I can just press play, I'm in. Unless the opening is gutter trash. Once I just press play, I'm in. Once I just press play, I'm in. I'm like, all right, it's cool. I'm in. I can ride, man. So I don't have to press play. I have been watching more of The Last Airbender. And it's slightly better. So remember the website, www.halfhophot.com. That is the website, halfhophot.com. So if you want to just keep tabs on the latest TV I'm watching and latest films I've watched, basically any types of my films I've watched, TV shows I've watched and everything, go to the website, www.halfhophot.com. And so again, anytime I watch the latest episode of a TV or an anime, I will post an update on the website. Because the first episode of Last Airbender was trash. I was like, okay, this is some cheesy crap. But the second and third episode, the story's getting interesting. But let's just see how it goes. But it is getting something interesting. Thoughts on Robert Pattinson not training for his Batman role during quarantine? Does he have to train for his role? See, here's my thing. You don't need Batman to look like the Hulk. That's stupid. Like for me, Ben Affleck, you can gain as many muscles as you want. You're still a trash actor. I'm sorry. I'm just keeping it real. So, for Pattinson, I'm like, no. What will make or break his Batman isn't how much muscles he has. It's his acting. Keaton didn't lift a single weight for his role, but he's still the best Batman. Like, Batman isn't Superman. Like Superman, yeah, you have to lift some weight. He has to look. The thing about Batman is, to me, it's his mystery, it's his aura. He's a man of the shadows. He's not a bodybuilder. So for me, for Pattinson and bro, like it's your acting. Because people will be looking very closely as to whether your acting can say what's up or not, man. All right. But yeah, people say, I will watch City of God. I will watch City of God. I'll watch City of God. Just relax. I'll watch it, man. Best actors. Jeff Wright and Chiwetel Ejiofor. Shout out to Chiwetel Ejiofor, Nigeria dude, man. Jeffrey Wright. Jeffrey Wright, man. I don't know how many of you guys know about this dude, man. I don't know how many of you guys watched Shaft, the Shaft 2000 remake with Samuel L. Jackson, where Jeffrey Wright played this Latino dude called Peoples Hernandez. That is one of the craziest performances I've seen. Like, Jeffrey Wright is a phenomenal actor, who completely disappears into films, into films. So yeah, I mean, Chiwetel Ejiofor is a very strong actor. Again, look at 12 Years a Slave. But for me, Jeffrey Wright is a special actor. Again, his role in Shaft and his role in the what was it called, limited series Angels in America, where he acts opposite Pacino. Crazy. Basically, if you get a chance, watch what Pacino and Jeffrey Wright do in Angels in America. That is tier one acting. Tier one acting, man. Movies you've worked out on. You see, that's the crazy thing, man. There are films which I wanted to work out on, but I didn't. But put it this way, these are films that I wish I worked out on. Pearl Harbor. The only reason why I didn't work out on Pearl Harbor is that I went with a family to watch it. So the family literally paid for my ticket to go and watch the film. So yeah, Pearl Harbor, Transformers 2. Because I was thinking of working of Transformers 1, but I was like, let me just see whether this thing gets better. Transformers 2, to this day, I don't know why I didn't work out of Transformers 2. Batman v Superman, I should have. And Last Jedi. Basically, Last Jedi, Transformers 2, and so basically, if the roles were reversed, I wish I walked out on. No, you know what? Force Awakens. When Rey picked up the lightsaber, to this day, I wish I walked out of the cinema. Because those pricks, those piranhas, sold me on the idea of John Boyega being the Jedi. You. So if I could change back time, and go back for it to be where I was in a situation, I wish I could walk the heck out of that thing, man. No, I do not. No, I don't. Because Batman having a son is completely and utterly stupid. Batman walks by himself. He's a loner. What him walking in with people is no way. Was Heath Ledger? See, the thing with Heath Ledger is that we never really knew. Does one superb performance make you a tier one actor? Like, it's hard to say. We don't know what a Ledger could have done. But again, you said maybe Ledger just unlocked something within him where, because again, to this day, I'm like, I can't believe that the dude from A Knight's Tale and 10 Things I Hate About You did what we saw in The Dark Knight. It's one of the most shocking things, I think, in film history, where nobody saw us coming, not even Nolan. So, but just the unfortunate thing is that, man, what could he have done following that? Because a guy that does that, you're like, my God, man, what else is this guy capable of doing? Or could it be a case where that was just his That was just his iconic dream role. That was just his iconic thing. And maybe everything else would sort of be a thing lightning and similar to us. Because I remember I watched, I think, Imaginarium of Something Panassos, which is the last film that he did, and that he didn't finish, and it was quite similar to his old Joker thing. So it's hard to know. It's hard to know, man. It's hard to know. So it's hard to know, but. Bro, that is a golden. That's I hate, despise them both. I hate Finn because as a black man, he makes me embarrassed. I hate Ray because she's overpowered and one of the worst written characters of all time. Finn was worse. And Finn was worse because he literally was useless. Finn didn't do anything of any help. Those guys could have saved the day and did whatever the hell they wanted to do without this bum-ass Finn. It's like, so okay, so you're not a Jedi, you're not a stormtrooper, you're not good with guns. What skill do you have? Poe is a damn good pilot. That stupid robot who's a BTEC R2D2 can basically do his thingy thing. Ray is God. Ray can do everything. So for Finn, apart from cracking jokes, what do you do? What skill do you bring? Original Star Wars, we knew that Leia was very smart and very tactical, and she was a princess, but she was a general, so she had a very tactical, strategic mind. Luke, he's the chosen one. Han was the pilot. What skill did that piece of crap loser do? What did it's like? What did he do? What did that loser do, man? Man, get out of here, man. Let's see. Let's see what you guys say, man. I don't know when you want to have an honest discussion about Infinity War. You know. Now, no way did I want to walk out of Infinity War. Look, I love long films. One of my favorite films of all time is Lawrence of Arabia. But Infinity War was, whereas Lawrence of Arabia was 3.5 hours of superb, amazing storytelling and amazing acting. Infinity War was just 3 hours of just a dude trying to get rings and just CGI stuff going up and down. There was no story. Infinity War is not it's not a good film. And also as well, Thanos. Yeah, no, I'm sorry. I expected more from Thanos. The Thanos I saw in that trailer wasn't the Thanos that we got in those films. Because the Thanos I saw in that trailer doesn't give long, stupid speeches. Because all the so do you know what pisses me off? The same thing that happened in Star Wars. I'm from the old school, guys. I'm from the 80s. I'm from the 80s. Grew up in the 90s. Back in those days, the villain was just the villain. I'm just evil. Oh no, we must understand the villain. The villain must give a speech. We must see where the villain is coming from. No. The reason why we love Sauron is just bad. Sauron said, okay, make 9 rings. Please make 9 rings. I'm going to make 1 ring to rule all over you. And I'm going to offer such an effect that in the space of about 2 minutes, you're going to be like, oh my God, what the hell? Guys, by the way, sorry, man, Aragorn is a brick. Aragorn is a brick because you never fought Sauron 1v1, so I'm never going to give you anything. I'll give it up to Luke Skywalker. I'll give it up to Luke Skywalker. I'll give it up to Cap and Iron Man. Cap and Iron Man, they fought Thanos 1v1. And what's your boy? Luke Skywalker, he fought Darth Vader 1v1. Did Aragorn ever fight Sauron 1v1? So when I saw Return of the King, I thought it said Return of Sauron. I was like, oh my gosh, yes, Sauron is back. Yes, yes. And I was like, how? Because first of all, Sauron almost decimated several armies chilling. So imagine a pissed off Sauron back. Lo and behold, apparently I heard that they actually filmed it, but that's loser Peter Jackson didn't include it in the film, man. All right. Let's see what does it say, man. Let's see. Yeah, Finn is useless, man. Actually, worst Kubrick movie of the ones I've seen, because I haven't seen Barry Lyndon. For me, Kubrick's best film for me is Doctor Strangelove. But the worst, from what I've seen, it might be Space Odyssey. Of what Space Odyssey, because Clockwork Orange had way too much content. Clockwork Orange was saying way too much. Doctor Strangelove is his best film. Full Metal Jacket, even if the second half is a bit whack, the first half of Full Metal Jacket is absolutely incredible filmmaking. So of what I've seen, I'll say it's Space Odyssey. And Space Odyssey is still damn good, but bro, what the hell was that ending? What the hell was that ending? And Space Odyssey is definitely one of the most overrated films of all time. It's one of the most overrated films of all time. So for sure. Could DC overtake Marvel in the next few years, man? You see, like this is the key thing that DC needs to do, man. This is the key thing. DC cannot and will not defeat Marvel using the dumbass Justice League. So all that kind of DC EU stuff and everything, it's not going to work. The only way that they can beat Marvel is by making films and standalone films, and that is what they achieved with Joker. But DC are so desperate to get the kind of success that Marvel had with Avengers and so forth. But what DC have to understand is that, look, Joker made $1 billion. Joker made a bill. If I was head of DC, I would say, let them keep the whole Avengers stuff and everything cool. What we're going to do is we're going to take. I'm going to say, yo, David Fincher, I want you to do an adaptation of Dark Knight Returns. Yo, Ryan Coogler, I want you to do an adaptation of Batman Year One. Yo, what's it called? Aronofsky, I want you to do a crazy zany take on Superman. So what I'll do is that we'll just do standalone stories where it just has a beginning, middle, and an end, which is the smart way to go. You don't have to do, let's everything combine. Oh, Superman is here. Let's have like a multiverse. You don't have to do that. At the end of the day, look, what do you want? You want to make, you're here to make money. Yeah, you want to make films, but really, you want to make money. And it is staring at you right in the face, which is DC was always more adult than Marvel. Like for me, I'm not like, DC Marvel, because I love Batman and I love Spider-Man. So there are characters in DC I love, the characters in Marvel I love. So I never choose like these morons online. But the thing was that DC was always more adult than thinking. Hence why I say, see, an Avengers makes sense. Justice League never made sense to me. It never made sense to me because I think the characters in DC make more sense operating by themselves because Superman has such a rich story. So does Batman. And Batman shouldn't be sniffing the Justice League. You're a rich dude in great heights. You shouldn't be anywhere near the Justice League, So they have to forge their own path. They have to forge their own path. That's the way it should be. If they forge their own path, there should be. Ooh, this is an interesting one. Who is the best villain or bad guy in any movie? Ooh, you see, a boy machine. We should have done top 10 villains, man. But I'll give you a few. Let me run through a few. You've got to look at I've got this called Indio in a few dollars more. You've got to look at Darth Vader. You've got to look at Sauron. You've got to look at I've got his name is the bad guy in Dirty Harry. One of the most evil guys ever. That bad guy in Dirty Harry. Um, I mean, could you say the Joker? For me, I don't even know whether I can call the Joker in the Dark Knight a villain. He's just some dude. Like he's a very interesting. Like I don't know whether I can call him a villain. Um, what other interesting villains, man? Um, again, could you say Hannibal Lecter is a villain? I think he could say he's an antagonist. It's not really when I say villain, when I say okay, you're the bad guy, you're the bad dude there because Joker in the Dark Knight, he ended up being the hero of the film. Like that. People actually end up liking the Joker more than him. But I think I'll definitely say those guys. I mean, Vader, Sauron, Indio from Few Dollars More, the bad guy in Dirty Harry. Those are the ones that stand out to me, man. You see, Gollum wasn't a villain for me. I didn't view Gollum as a villain. Gollum was obviously did some bad stuff and was tricky, but Gollum, that's what made him an interesting character. He was possessed by the ring. Was Gollum truly innately a villainous character, or was he influenced by the ring? How everyone was influenced by the ring, just that he just didn't have as much willpower as everyone else. So I would really call him a yes. I knew I was winning someone. Agent Smith. Agent Smith. Oh no! I saw. Yeah. I will. I will check it out, bro. After this, I will check it out. I'll check it out, bro. I'll check. I should have seen your comments before. I will check it out. Thank you, Danny Jones, who's actually a pretty damn good artist, man. I will check it out. You see, for me, remember, I only watched the first Harry Potter film, and I remember, so from reading the books, Harry Potter was like Voldemort was that dude. And I know that Ray Fiennes, who obviously plays him in the films, is really good. Just that after that first film, I was like, man, I'm out of here, man. After that first film, I'm out of here. The villain, I don't know how many of you have seen this film with Stallone, Cobra. The villain in bro, T-1000. The T-1000 was it. Basically, there's so many great villains. The T-800 in 701 and the T-1000 in T2. The T-1000 in T2 is a superb villain. Superb villain, man. Superb villain, man. It's a superb villain, man. Yeah, you see, it's funny you say this because after that Joker film, I was saying that a great character started to do it is Two-Face. You see, for me, I always thought Joker is not an interesting character. I don't find Joker interesting. He's fun. He's entertaining. He's not interesting. Two-Face is an incredibly interesting character. It's my brother that actually even showed me and explained to me why Two-Face is so interesting. Because you have a lawyer who is a district attorney in a totally corrupt city. And this is what the films didn't show, because in Long Halloween, they showed that Harvey Dent was a bit of a dick. He was a bit of a dick and he was vain. So that's vanity. And also, I think he was already a little bit mentally unstable as Harvey Dent. But that arc of Harvey Dent having half his face mangled in acid, and that's psychologically damaging him, and him then manifesting his trauma in deciding everything by a flip of a coin because he's just totally mentally screwed up. That is an incredible that would be an incredible character to do. And if you're an actor, that is something that you will love to chew on. That is something that you would love to chew on, of the transition on and the story arc of being Harvey Dent and going from Harvey Dent to Two-Face. Because again, Two-Face is such a great character. You can't just lump him into a film. And they rushed his arc in the Dark Knight. They rushed his arc in the Dark Knight. But you see, that's the thing, though, is that it depends how you do it. It's because if you've watched, the first thing is not about overdoing it, but if you watched No Country for Old Men, that is exactly how to really make it tense. Because see, they made it very corny in Dark Knight because it was so rushed. But like that scene when you see Harvey Bardem's character come into the place and then flip to the coin, that's tension. That is the kind of tension that you need, man. That is the kind of tension that you need. But it's about handling it very well. Like if you keep on overdoing it and so forth, then it becomes corny, then it becomes stupid. But it's just about knowing when to do it, and when you do it, you really direct the scene well and give it a lot of tension, a lot of drama. That's the best way to really sell it. Night King is I'm trickling, man. Thank you for super chat, bro. The Night King could have been one of the great villains. And this is the problem with Game of Thrones and why I would never recommend anybody watching Game of Thrones, because all the good stuff that is built up gets crap. So anything you watch from season 1, season 2 means nothing. It doesn't mean anything. So all the build-up of the White Walkers and the Night King, the Night King? Because this is just when guys are just trying to be clever. I don't give a damn what George R. Martin told you. I don't give a damn about you trying to flip the thing. How it's supposed to go is Jon Snow fights the Night King in a 1v1. And Jon Snow kills the Night King in a 1v1 battle. And we can talk about what Jon Snow's arc is going to be, but that is how it's supposed to go. So Night King ultimately was trash. He began well. He began really well on Superb, but to get killed like that by a little, you're the Night King. You're supposed to be the baddest dude in the world. And you're pumped up with this huge dude. And a flipping child, who's like, hello. Wait, what's her name? Is she Sansa? I've even forgotten what the hell her name is. Hello, my name is Stark. Hello. Creeps up on you and stabs you while your back is turned. What? And I'm supposed to respect. When I saw that, I was like, man, this thing is a pile of garbage, man. Pile of flipping garbage, man. So is the Riddler corny? No, again, we've seen the Riddler in comical versions of Batman. So in the 60s version, that was campy. And Joel Schumacher was what was campy. The Riddler is a psychotic serial killer who has to kill with riddles. So that's why. See, the thing about Batman is people have to understand something about Batman. That don't put Batman in all this crap like Justice League and give him superpowers. Batman is amazing because he exists in an amazing world with superb characters, the amazing villains. The Riddler has never been done seriously because, again, if you watch Seven, the Riddler is basically like John Doe. It's missing John Doe is that he is an extremely smart, intelligent Riddler. And that was my issue with how they represented the Joker, because the way they represented the Joker was an amalgamation of Joker and Riddler. You see, Joker is mad. The dude is just mad. But the Riddler is a sociopath. You know, the Joker is a psychopath. The Riddler is a sociopath. You know, and those are two very different types of psychotic dudes. So the Riddler has a very clear, precise agenda of what. So the Riddler is the ultimate agenda merchant. You know, is the ultimate agenda merchant. The Joker is dude is random. I think I sort of mentioned this before to you guys, but I guess you guys don't see it. Miles Morales was created because of white guilt. It's created because of white guilt, you know. And it's and again, from like I completely totally as a Spider-Man fan, I completely reject I completely and totally reject Miles Morales. Spider-Man is Peter Parker. Okay, let's have a Japanese Batman. Speaking of which, there is an Asian Batman in this new stupid Gotham High School comic. But it's like, oh, Black people and Latino people are fans of Spider-Man, so let's give them a Spider-Man that looks like them. What? Excuse me? What? Bro, Spawn exists. Al Simmons exists. Who was a character from the ground up who was created. Why do we need a Miles Morales? For what reason? You can't just come. Oh, this is a new Spider-Man. It's like, oh, if the new Iron Man is like this really girl, because oh man, let's appeal to Black women as well. Let's make let's be really crazy. Let's make Iron Man a Black girl. What? Really? What? Really? Nah. Get out of here, man. Get out of here, man. You see, okay, let me talk to you about Spider-Verse, man. Spider-Verse is an amazing piece of work. If I take my personal bias out of it, in terms of artistically, it's some of the best animation I've ever seen. Artistically, visually, it is insane. I do not understand what the heck was happening story-wise. Maybe a traditionalist, I'm like, why is Peter Parker overweight? Why is there a pig? Why is there a robot? Actually, the dude in black and white was pretty cool. But I was like, okay, why are all these spider dudes all dancing and prancing around? What the hell is going on? Call me old-fashioned and everything. Where is Peter Parker cracking jokes? Guys, I'm watching the Spider-Man Fox show on Disney Plus right now. That's Spider-Man. He cracks jokes. He's witty. It's simple. He's witty. He cracks jokes. He brings moments of levity. He's quick-witted, and Peter Parker is a pretty smartish dude. It's not that hard. It's not that hard, man. What the hell? Like, yeah, look, man. It's like someone like, oh yeah, let's make Mary Jane. Oh, she's MJ, but she Mary Jane. No. Peter Parker is a white Caucasian dude. And Mary Jane is a white Caucasian gingerhead girl. That's how it is. Don't change it. If you want to have a black character, make something new. Make something new. It's as simple as that. Make something new. Make something new. See. Also, no. See, this is just one I want to bring in here, man. Okay, again, see, I wouldn't really use the word like ghetto and everything, man. But my thing about it is it's insulting how they're making Miles Morales and the story is like, okay, yeah, because he's African American and Latino, let's put him in New York and let's make it much more gritty and much more street so we can appeal to the African American Latino community. Bro, as I told you, I can't even begin to like into the Spider-Verse because for me, I will never accept Miles Morales as Spider-Man. That's never happening. You don't need to belittle me as a black guy to say, oh, little black guy, oh, we want to create a character just for you. So you can have your own Spider-Man. So why does Spider-Man only have to be for white people? No, there are black people who can draw and who can write. If there's a Nigerian comic book artist who I know who has made his own Nigerian hero who I supported his project. Okay. So, and again, I repeat myself, there's a dude called Al Simmons, Spawn. Have you seen what Spawn looks like? Have you seen the artwork of Spawn? Spawn is popping off. Spawn pops off. And I believe that Spawn is the longest running independently run comic book character. So non-Marvel, non-DC, Spawn, I think they're on issue like 300 or something, is the longest running thing in character. So that's what it is. You have with Spawn. Oh no, see, Zendaya is good. See, my issue is with Zendaya because Zendaya and your boy Tom Holland have great chemistry, and you just see like Zendaya, she just has charisma. She's got that charisma. So, and I think that she brings a good energy into the films. And look, see, that's the thing. Like the closest thing to giving me the Spider-Man I want is with Tom Holland and Zendaya. That is the closest thing because they have the right chemistry. They work well. They work off each other each well. It's just that just give me a simple Spider-Man film, man. The heck. I think I sort of answered this before, but I'll revisit it. So, Dalton Patterson's not lifting a weight, complaining about actors getting in a crazy shape and saying that he won't work out during the lockdown while Catwoman is working out 5 days a week, still living at home. Look, each to their own. For Zoe Kravitz, she wants to get those abs, running in soon, man, and everything. So each to their own. I think Batman doesn't need muscles. He doesn't need. The best Batman to this day was Michael Keaton. Michael Keaton did not lift a single weight. What will make that Batman sell is the acting. That's what will make it sell. First of all, look, it's a good thing that this lot has happened. Matt Reeves, if I go to the cinema and I sit down and I see Batman exit a regular car that opens like a regular car, I'm leaving the cinema. Like Maurice, that's taking it too far. Go and create a Batmobile. I don't care whether this is year 2. I don't care whether this is year 2. I am not watching a Batman film where this dude has a regular car that was pimped by Exhibit, and he just enters it and the doors open regularly. Nah, no. Give me a Batmobile. Give me a Batmobile. That's not happening, bro. No, I have not. I have. See, there's so many games I'm going to play. I'm going to play Red Dead 2. I'm going to play Uncharted 4. I'm going to play Breath of the Wild. There's so many games I have to play. So it's on the list. It's definitely on the list because everyone has said that it's really, really good. And I do like my web slinging, man. I do like my web slinging, man. Okay, let me just see something another interesting key, man. Have you watched Birds of Prey? No, and I never will. If you could make a film that was anti-HH, if you could make a film that was anti-HH, it's Birds of Prey. Literally, if you just say, okay, what is a film that has everything that is pretty much anti-HH? It's Birds of Prey. I wouldn't watch Birds of Prey for free. So Birds of Prey is similar to Sucker Punch. You see now, I'd watch a Showgirls. I would watch it. Shout out to Elizabeth Berkley. I would watch Showgirls, which is, I don't care when anyone says Showgirls, that is an amazing film. But Birds of Prey? No, like I'm cool, man. I'm cool. I'm cool on that, man. I'm real cool on that, man. So So but yeah, man. Yeah, I don't really know when the cinemas are going to open because again, that's my thing is that will people still feel weary when cinemas open? And will people be like, and I think I was reading an article that said that some cinemas may actually introduce like spaced out seating. So you should have the seats, but they'll be like a few meters apart and so forth. So they may have to restructure how cinemas work and everything. Because again, it's going to be a while until people be like, all right, how safe is it just to go out into public and like do our thing? But again, as I said again, like Dune is the really big film, and then and maybe Tenet. I would like to watch Tenet in the cinema, but is how faithful will people feel in going down to a cinema and watching these films? But yeah, I would like to watch Tenet in the cinema and would like to watch Dune in the cinema because again, as again, like I've got a pretty biggish TV. I've got a THX surround system, so I can pop off at home. I can pop off at home, but I I told you I'm a film merchant, and there is a beauty, a sacred beauty about going into the cinema. You're sitting down, massive screen here with other people as well. The cinema is full, and it's a massive screen. Lights go dim, and you're reacting to certain things. Because I remember the feeling watching Fellowship of the Ring. It was an amazing feeling watching Fellowship of the Ring with people. My greatest cinematic experience of all time was Endgame because when Captain America picked up Mjolnir from that piece of crap Thor, you can't get that at home. That reaction when people were shouting, screaming, going crazy. I'm like, so that thing of like, and that's just what I've missed, just the reaction of people when you're watching a film, and you need that, man. You need that. Um, so yeah, Bad Boys 4. So what are they gonna? So what are they even gonna do in Bad Boys 4 though? 'Cause look, I liked Bad Boys 3. I think that Bad Boys 3 was better than Bad Boys 2. Bad Boys 1 is still easily the best. That's still as a Bad Boys 1, I say that's Michael Bay's best film. My Bad Boys 1, I would say that's Michael Bay's best film. But yeah, man. Bad Boys 4. It depends what the story is, man. But they left it in a very interesting place though. That's in a very interesting place. In a very interesting place. Um oh no, like yeah, for sure. Like the amounts of corona. Well, not basically right now there are about 50 scripts being written about this whole corona thing. 100%. I will not be surprised if you I'll be surprised if we don't see a DiCaprio starring thing called, you know, Me Against the Rona. And DiCaprio is like this scientist, and basically like he's a scientist who is like uncovering some kind of conspiracy that's basically this was created in a lab in Wuhan. A film is going to come out about a story about this disease was created in a lab in Wuhan, starring DiCaprio, Stallone, and maybe Nick Cage. It's happening, man. It's completely happening, man. So Jared Lee, see, this thing about Jared Lee, so man, Jared Lee, so this is my thing about guys who are multi talented. You know, Come, Lito is multi talented, but I think that he takes himself too seriously, way too seriously. Like his antics on Suicide Squad made no sense, and I thought that it wasn't a bad acting in Blade Runner 2049, but I felt that he was forcing it too much in his Blade Runner um in his Blade Runner thing, man. So he was forcing it too much. So, but I think that look, he has what's it called? Is it 30 Seconds to Mars? He has like a music group with his brother and everything. So I'm like, are you an actor or a musician? You know, you have to really choose because he goes hard in his music thing. So I've never rated him that highly as an actor. I would say no, he's good. He's decent. He's like, he'll come and he'll do a good job. But I've never said, oh, this is a really amazing actor. No, I've never really done that with it, man. Well, look, man, if you tune into tonight's Cinema Club, which starts at 10 p.m., guys, remember, 9:50, I will drop the link. 9:50 p.m., I will drop the link. Get those tickets. Get the tickets are limited because streaming only allows 10 dudes. We're watching The Matrix to nitty. Watching The Matrix to nitty. But yeah, The Matrix. The only bad acting in The Matrix is, I don't even call it bad, but Keanu Reeves is the weakest actor, really. Apart from that, I'm like, the acting in it is pretty damn good, especially from your boy Morpheus and Agent Schmidt. When are we going to see gameplay from the PS5 and the new Xbox? The stuff I saw, I was like, is that actual gameplay? Yes or no? I have to know, is that actual gameplay? If it's not actual game, I think, yeah, there's guys that says this again. I need to know whether that is actual gameplay. That's all I need to know. Because if it is, that looks wild. But even if the graphics are like that, which I strongly doubt, because a lot of times it's not actual gameplay. They're like, this is gameplay. Yeah. No, it's actually just like it's cinematic. And the actual gameplay is actually a few resolutions below. So my thing is, let me, until I can hold the pad or see someone holding a pad actually playing the game, not a flipping video, holding the pad and see someone playing the game, then we can ride, man. But we'll see. But at the same time, as of right now, Nintendo is kicking that ass. Nintendo is kicking that ass of these dudes, man. But yeah, man. Look, actually, what is the last film that I watched? Actually, I think the last film I watched was The Pursuit of Happiness. And I think I need to watch Heat again. I need to watch Heat again, man. I need to watch Heat again for sure, because Heat is a tier 1 thing, man. Yeah, I think that's what. Look, I don't trust that gameplay, man. I don't trust it. Until I can see true actual gameplay, and not only gameplay. What are the games? What's good are amazing graphics if it's crap games? It's like the Tony Hawk remastered thing. That's flipping amazing. And we love Tony Hawk not because of the graphics. We love Tony Hawk because the graphics were amazing, man. Triangle. Tell me, by the way, what is Triangle? I've never heard of that film. What the hell? What is Triangle about? Huge. Basically, my thing was, so when I was growing up, it was Cartoon Network and KTV. Didn't really watch a lot of Nickelodeon for some reason. And I think, what's the name of that guy with the kind of oval head? I've forgotten his name. Is it? Oh, Hey Arnold. That dude was weird to me. So when I just saw Hey Arnold, I was like, all right, I think I'm done with Nickelodeon. I'm cool. So no, Cartoon Network and I think KTV was this kind of, I think it was like a South African cartoon channel. But yeah, no, Cartoon Network was huge. And do you remember? I don't know whether you guys remember this. Do you remember when they used to do like because I used to love that. I don't know whether you remember when they used to do like World Cup tournaments. So they'll do like, oh, Flintstones versus Jetsons. And I don't even know how they pick the winner. So they'll just have like a train and then a branch. And let's say they'll do, okay, Flintstones versus Jetsons in the quarters. And all day, no, basically all day, they'll do back to back episodes of Flintstones, Jetsons. And then you'll then see who would win. And you'll see the person advance, man. I loved those, man. I love those, man. You know, um, those are the ones. No, but yeah, no. I watched a lot of Cartoon Network, man. Like what's it called? Like Dexter, Cow and Chicken, Flintstones, Jetsons. Jetsons is slightly underrated. Jetsons is slightly underrated, man. Couch. The thing about Cow and Chicken was that no, that show was weird, especially with the devil and everything. That show was super weird, man. Um, that show was super weird. What the hell is regular show, man? Um, Where does Jason Bourne rank among spy action heroes? Pretty highish, but I would rank James Bond higher. I would rank Ethan Hunt higher. You know, I think in close quarters combats, I think Jason Bond can get that ass from Ethan Hunt and James Bond. But I think James Bond and Ethan Hunt are smarter and more intelligent, you know. So I think with regards to I think Jason Bourne is a more action hero than spy, whereas Ethan Hunt and James Bond are more spy than action hero. But I think the best combination I think is Ethan Hunt. I think Ethan Hunt. See, James Bond is like way into the spy arena. Jason Bourne is way into the action hero arena, and I think Ethan Hunt is the perfect balance of spy and action hero. And because Ethan Hunt can kick your ass and he can slowly and carefully um, infiltrates you. And there's a rumor that your boy Tom Cruise is going to make a film in space. So I don't know how true that is, but there's a rumor that your boy is going to make a thingy in space. You see, I didn't even want to talk about this Bungie thing, man. But Halo doesn't exist anymore because Halo was Bungie. Back away from Mars. Halo was Bungie. So after Halo was done. So from Halo 4 onwards, that's not Halo anymore. Because Bungie is Halo. Bungie is Halo. And Destiny was cool, but Destiny was a botch job, man. Destiny was a complete and total botch job. It was the heck out of here, man. So yeah, I mean, because again, like I told you, man, those are strong memories of me, like Halo 1, Halo 2. Like, one of the great gaming moments was when you went on Xbox Live with Halo 2. That is one of the seminal moments in history. Get it? Just in general history. Halo 2 Xbox Live, the amount of fun that you had where you had clans, 7v7, because again, I was in my brother's clan against my other brother's clan. The fun you had there was insane. You had that insane, you know. But yeah, but it was all it's about Bungie and Martin O'Donnell, who was the composer. No Bungie, no Martin O'Donnell. It ain't Halo, man. It's something that looks like Halo, but it ain't Halo, man. Yeah, great show. Scary, very scary show, but a truly great show. What's it called? Le Quack. But I always say like, no, is it? What's it called? Is it Eustace Bad? Like that old dude, like his grandpa dude, man. That guy was a nasty. He just really pissed me off because I was like, so this dog saves your life, and I useless dog. I'm like, man, f you, man. And the grandmom is so nice. I said, how the hell did you marry this flipping disgusting creep? How are you so nice and this guy is literally the biggest prick, and you're married to him, man? That never made any sense, man. Bro, what's it called? I didn't even complete. I started the campaign. I didn't complete the campaign because I was like, okay, this is dumb. I bought Destiny solely to play online with my friends, and that was it. Actually, no. So yeah, I think because my colleague, because I wasn't even going to get Destiny, but my colleague at work was like, "Yo, man, you're going to play Destiny, man, so we can play online." So I literally only got Destiny to play with my work colleague because I was like, why do I? Because this looks trash. It doesn't look interesting. They screwed over Martin O'Donnell. So for me, it was pointless, man. Um, oh, bro, I think maybe you missed my review, man. My review of it is on the channel. I have seen Parasite, and Parasite is a truly exceptional film. See, that's what you call a great idea. But again, it's not only a great idea that is implemented to perfection. It's because it's such a great fresh idea for a film. You're like, oh wow, interesting. But the way that Bong Joon-ho was able to wield it, how he wrote it, how he directed it, superb. Superb. And it deserved its accolades. It deserved its accolades. It deserved to win over 1917. Like 1917 was cool. 1917 was cool, but it deserved the win, man. It deserved the win. I mean, it was, and I think that Parasite winning hopefully will make more people watch foreign films, or watch films with subtitles, because there is no excuse for you to say, "Hey, I can't watch films with subtitles. I can't read. I can't just read and watch the film. Because I've got to watch the film. I've got to read. It's just confusing me." It's like, no, 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 no. You can read and you can view the film at the same time. All right. Okay. So, but yeah, Parasite was a really cool film, man. It was a really, really cool film, man. Yo, what up, yo, what up, man, what up, bro? Um, oh yeah, it's been saying opposites attracts, man. No, Halo 4 was decent. What's crazy? I don't even know why I did this, because I think because I was in such big hope, I actually went to the midnight. I actually queued at midnight to get Halo 4. Because I mean, so I queued for Halo 3. Did I queue for Reach? I don't think I queued for Reach. I remember I queued for Halo 3 because that was such a huge release. I queued for Halo 3 and I queued for Halo 4. And I got my Halo 4 thing signed by the composer. I think it's Neil Davidge, and one of the producers. Halo 4 was cool, but is it the best Halo is Halo 1 in terms of the story? Halo 1 is a great sci-fi story. Great sci-fi story. So Halo 1 is the best Halo. Halo 2 just has the best experience. But Halo, so for me, I think if you were to rank them in terms of the campaign, you would go Halo 1, Halo Reach, Halo 1, Halo Reach, maybe Halo 4, Halo 3, Halo 2, and Halo ODST. That's how you probably rank it. Because Halo 3, like that ending was, guys, what the hell? Like the legal thing about Halo 3 was the music has always been a thing that has been maintained, because the music in Halo is out flipping standing. It's out flipping standing. Top Gun, it's Top Gun. And then give friends get to call him TC. Down sing a Top Gun. The leader of the gang. He's a championship. He's the most tip top Top Cat. I love Top Cat. I love Top. Like in terms of a guy that just epitomizes cool. it's Top Cat. And I actually went and watch a few episodes, man. What's it called? Benny. Sorry. Hey TC. Hey TC. Oh no. Oh Benny. Oh no. Top Cat is amazing. I don't know how many of you have seen it, but Top Cat is really good, man. Because I think because I like cats, so just the way that they were represented is just so cool, man. Now Top Cat is tough, man. Um, yeah, no, see, that's the thing, man. It's like, um, Xbox needs new, yeah. Because yeah, I mean, really, you have to remember that without Halo, there'd be no 360. The reason why Xbox was able to even have the funds to do a 360 was because of Halo. Halo kept the Xbox dream alive. And even Gears has gone way the better with them trying to be like more diverse and more crap. So hey, and again, Halo has lost its way. So if you think about it, what is the Xbox exclusive that they have that is still quality? PlayStation has Last of Us. PlayStation has Uncharted. I think PlayStation was stupid to let GTA go, but it is what it is. But PlayStation still have those are two heavy hitters. Last of Us, which obviously may have gone off the rails, Uncharted, and I believe PS have another one. They have another one. Speaking of, I don't know how many of you guys have played this game. Heavy Rain. Heavy Rain. Because again, I always tend to guys that say I'm not a gamer. I just play very particular games, and the games I like are creative, imaginative games. And Alien, I don't know how many of you guys played the Alien Noir. Rockstar game. Alien Noir was a really good game. Alien, because what they were able to do in terms of interrogation techniques, Alien Noir was a really good game. But you guys need to play Heavy Rain. Like you will have never played a game like that. Like, Heavy Rain is just one of those games where like it's nothing like you've ever played it before. And I love those games where, man, what is this? Is just whoa, you know. But yeah, Xbox have nothing now, man. Um, sorry. Disney or Looney Tunes, man. Um, Disney, that's tough, man. Disney or Looney Tunes. That's hard. But what I will say though is I'll probably say Looney Tunes because the character I like the most out of both of them is Daffy Duck. Like Daffy Duck is literally one of my favorite characters of all time, you know. And like that's because again, I was here. Sorry, Space Jam. That's the last one that I watched because I watched Space Jam and I forgot that. Oh my gosh, man. Daffy Duck is flipping hilarious. Like Daffy Duck is flipping hilarious. Um, so that in itself is yeah, yeah, no. Like I love Daffy. A couple of guys who some proof. Daffy Duck is crazy, man. Yeah, I actually wanted to play this. We can actually interrogate guys, and depending on what you say, they will react. And yeah, like, wait, is it out or did it come out? Because I love games like those. But LA Noir was because remember, LA Noir was where you were like a detective, like in 50s, and you could interrogate dudes, and you could actually tell whether the guy was telling the truth or the lie by their facial expression because they did this whole thing of where they took a guy's facial expression and was able to put it in a game. So no, it was Eleanor was now. People need to put some respect on Eleanor, man. But I think maybe on another stream, maybe we should have like a gaming talk stream where I talk about Mass Effect 3. Where just I talk about just the Mass Effect series and what could have been because Mass Effect is the greatest. You see, for me, Mass Effect is the Balotelli of gaming. Mass Effect is the Mario Balotelli of gaming. It is the biggest wasted potential ever. Like one of the great disappointments was Mass Effect 3. But maybe another day. And I keep telling you people, man, play Limbo. Play Limbo, man. Um play Limbo. Um oh yeah, sorry, Broly. I mean, see, because when I don't view Broly as a film. I view that as like a cartoon film. But in terms of like a film, like, well, you could say that, yeah, like, but I think I see Space Jam more of a film and something like Akira or Broly like a cartoon film in that sense, you know. Um, so Yeah, I've heard about Mafia. Um, but the thing for me is like I'm not a big like I've never been a big PC dude. Like the last time I really went hard on PC was Age of Empires and Command and Conquer when I was back at school. So the only games I played on PC were Age of Empires, Command and Conquer, and Championship Manager. This is when it was called Championship Manager. But like Championship Manager was the one that I just OD like OTT. Old like bro, Championship Manager back in the day when you really had time, so you didn't really have to worry about the builds and everything. Man, you could easily do like a 7, 8 hour set. Like Championship Manager was literally like a time sliker. Um, so let's see, man. But no, but I think see the thing about gaming now is that's why, like, I mean, are people because you look at and this is why I said in my whole thing. You look at the whole Tony Hawk thing, and you're like, oh man, this is great. But is this now a trend? Are we now going to now see people go back to oh Banjo? What's the name of that thing? Freaking oh god, that thing with the jumping dude, Crash Bandicoot. Oh, you know Crash Bandicoot? Let's not do Crash Bandicoot with super amazing graphics. Oh, Ratchet and Clank, super amazing graphics. So they'll just go back to games back in the 90s that were like cult hits and enhance the graphics. So sometimes what's happening with films, but now with the games we're now doing remasters. And you're like, wait a minute, you have to come with new ideas. Surely within the gaming industry, you can come with new interesting ideas for a video game. Because for me, I'm still waiting for like see for me, I think Skyrim was the closest to my ultimate game. Almost. So was Mass Effect. Because for me, the ultimate game for me is an MMO with either sword and shield or sci-fi. Which is why for me, like, even if I love GTA, look, I love GTA, but for me personally, sword and shield or science fiction. That's my thing. So that's why Skyrim, just that you can get Skyrim, you can even go higher. You can even go higher. You know? Um oh my gosh, my back is freaked. Man, I need to do some I need to do some back work, man. Actually, you know what? I gotta say, because I was playing because this is when I was like just hanging out seeing my brother when he was in London. Jack and Daxter was yeah, like I loved that. You know, I love that. I played a lot of Jack and Daxter, and the gameplay on Jack and Daxter was amazing. The gameplay was so good, and I say that's the thing about games, like just make good gameplay, just make good gameplay. But this is actually another interesting thing. Maybe last 20 minutes. Why can't they get video game movies right? What is the issue with why is there such been a bad run of video game films? The best video game film is Mortal Kombat, and that film is great, but it's still the best video game film. So what is it about it that they can't get right about video game movies? One thing I will say though is the biggest mistake they make is they try and be too literal because they're like, oh my gosh, this has a massive audience. Let's just we have to get all of the things they have in the video game in that thing. Whereas like, no. Treat it like if you're adapting a book where you're taking the very soul and core of it and you're but you're creating a great film story out of it, but you have to adapt it. You can't just literally just take the video game and put it in as a film. You have to adapt it. So, but then there are certain games that is pointless to make into a movie. So stuff like Max Payne, GTA, Uncharted, Heavy Rain, it's stupid. It's stupid making that into a film. But a video game that would make a good movie. Trying to think. See, it's just that it would require a lot of work. It would require a lot of work. Mass Effect. Mass Effect would make a great film, but it has to be done because the world is so rich in Mass Effect. The world is so rich and it's such an interesting aesthetic that was built. Mass Effect would make a really great film, you know. But I say to myself, okay, why am I going to watch a GTA film? Like the story in GTA is it's empty. Like we don't play GTA for the story. We play it for the experience. I'm like, oh my gosh, we are in this experience because remember, GTA is ripping off other films, and they openly do it. Like, no, Vice City, no, we are ripping off Scarface. We're ripping off Goodfellas. We're ripping off Godfather. We are openly. Vice City was ripping off Miami Vice. Vice City is literally the the Vice City story is literally a mixture of Goodfellas, Miami Vice, and Scarface. That's what it is. So why do I want to see a film of GTA? So you have to, you see, Tomb Raider. Just that they didn't really do it. Just see, Tomb Raider would make a good film, but even if Angelina Jolie was looking pretty fine, but like, I remember that Angelina Jolie poster. Where she was, look at that, look at that. They don't really do it justice. But I think the key thing of making a good video game film is you don't have to appeal to the fans of the video game. Make a damn film and make the best possible film. But you're just taking the core of what's made of the story and the essence of that video game. But it's like, why do I want to watch an Uncharted film? Why? For what reason? Like, Uncharted is a B-Tech starving poor man's Indiana Jones. So it makes no sense, man. Yeah. San Andreas is just yeah. You see, no, that's no for me. It's like, but do you know what the bottom line is? The bottom line is the very concept of a video game movie is stupid. It only exists because Hollywood just wants to make money. They're like, this is a huge video game. All right, let's make a film about it. That's the see. Oh, flipping for ouch. You see, so let me before I get that. So why we love these video games is it's interactive. We are interacting in these stories. So that is what makes it cool. That is what attracts us to these things. It's oh my gosh, we are really in the rigmaroles and so forth of this thing. So if I don't want to just watch a GT or Uncharted unfold. I want to play on Uncharted. I want to play a GT. I want to play them. But and this is why it's not even yet been done yet. Halo is literally a walking, talking blockbuster sci-fi film. The world is so rich, everything is there. When you just play Halo 1, you're like, oh no, this is a sci-fi film. This is literally a sci-fi film that needs a director just to take it and just expand and extrapolate on it. So Halo is the only one that's like, yeah, this is what would make sense. But the key thing is the concept of the video game movie is stupid because the whole point of video games is it's interactive. So it is a different sensation as opposed to a movie. I don't want to play a video game of Heat. I want to watch Heat. I don't want to play a video game of Godfather. I want to watch Godfather. So these are the things, man. It's funny you say this, Mo. Solid Snake has already been a character in a movie. Escape from New York, starring Kurt Russell, is what inspired Metal Gear Solid. And Hideo Kojima actually said to John Carpenter that literally Solid Snake is Snake Plissken. I literally I made the character Snake Plissken totally based off thingy, dude. So that's what I did. So Um, no. This has been the case for a while. Is that Hollywood is running out of ideas, but it's not the nation of Hollywood is running out of ideas. That Hollywood is scared, and this is why I say that Spider-Man caused such a massive issue because why did Spider-Man cause such a massive issue? When Spider-Man succeeded, the Raimi films, Hollywood was like, oh, we all so if we just spend 150 mil on these comic book movies that these guys love and the general audience loves, we can make 600, 800 mil. 100 million is quite a lot, but man, our profit margins will be far larger rather than pumping in 20 or 50 mil and making back like 60, 70, 80 mil. So once that happens, the ideas are there, the scripts are there, but Hollywood are like, is it worth me risking me putting in 30 or 40 mil on this totally original idea that we can't sell or promote? Whereas it is a better business decision if we like, this is a Spider-Man thing, a Joker thing, a Superman thing that already has an inbuilt audience, so we can easily sell it. But you've now created that kind of expectation, whereas back in the 90s or the 80s, people just made films. Because trust me, everyone loves films. There is nobody that doesn't like films. It's impossible not to like films. And if, like a general person who's not even a film enthusiast like I am, they're like, okay, look, man, what is it that we want to do? Okay, we're going to go to the cinema today. Let's read the reviews. Let's look at the reviews. Oh, wow. Okay, I want to watch a comedy, right? What comedy today? Oh, 4-star. Let me just look at the summation. Oh, or you go to Rotten Tomatoes. Oh, this is interesting. People say this film is really good. This film is really funny. This sounds like my kind of film. Let me go watch. So the issue is Hollywood is looking at these scripts and is like, where is the superhero? Where is the guy in tights? Where is the inbuilt audience? Because we need to market and promote this. But the problem is, do you need to always spend 100 or 150 mil on a film? Why can't you just spend 20 mil? Because sometimes you do have to take a risk. Well, why didn't you spend 20, 30 mil on a really good story? This is where it now comes to those script readers and the producers of choosing great stories. The stories are out there, just as sometimes you choose brick stories that don't work. So the key thing is choosing the right, it's not only choosing the right script, but matching the right script with the right director. The director is the two most important things of making a successful film that is original is script and director. The script is the Bible. You can have the best director in the world. If the script is garbage, there's only so much that the director can do. But the right script and the right director, everything falls into place because the director, he brings in the right production designer, brings in the right cinematographer, he brings in the right composer, he brings in the right actor. Because that's the key thing as well. You have to, the director, because remember, the director chooses the actor. Yeah, the casting agent may present it. The final decision of who acts in my film is the director. And it's the director who has final say as to what he wants from the script. Because the director will say, no, rewrite. No, I want this, I want that. I want another action scene. I want another, and then boom. Now, sometimes the producer can come in and be like, no, well, we want this because we are putting our money into this and we want this massive action scene. Figure it out. So in terms of final decisions, it goes the production studio, producers, director, and those are really the head honchos. So, adios, peeps. Peace, man. Peace, man. Peace. Take care, Sim. Yeah, no, look, man. It's crazy because I saw the Titan video of Titan fighting, man, and bro, I'm not sure how well he would do at 53, but I was even thinking to myself that it would be interesting to see how he would do against some of the other dudes, man. It's interesting to see how we do with those other dudes. Oh, OAW, man. Yo, man. Oh, guys, I don't know how many of you guys know of this dude, Otaku Assemble, man. Oh, look, man. this guy was like the numero uno Game of Thrones dude, man. Just if you just type in Game of Thrones otaku assemble, you will literally see this dude had one of the greatest reactions to the season 1 thing with Ned Stark and everything. So the guy is like a triple, quadruple OG of YouTube stuff and everything. But yeah, so that's the issue that I'm saying, man. It's like, look, Hollywood, because we're now reaching a critical point in Hollywood right now, and I think this is time to reflect in this whole pandemic is how long will this superhero movie trend go? Because I'll tell you right now, guys, I already have superhero movie fatigue. I already have it. I already have the fatigue right now. See, Joker was great because it offered something new and refreshing. But I'm looking at the Marvel MCU universe right now, and your two cornerstones, Captain America and Thingy, are done, man. So with those guys now away, what is the future now in the comic book movie thing? If DC are going to now go ahead with like, we'll try with another Justice League, I'm like, with Henry Cavill and what, Ben Affleck? But then we now have seen how this Batman film does. But that is why Dune is so important. Dune might be one of the most, and it is so apt that it's coming at the end of 2020. Because if Dune comes through and says what's up, it's may change how Hollywood view things. But my fear with Dune is that what happens with Dune could happen with what happened with Blade Runner 2049, man. Because Blade Runner 2049, I had issues with it, but it was still a very well directed film. But it didn't do too well at the box office, but had crazy low reviews. But Dune has to smash it at the box office. It has to. Because if Dune is amazing and is successful at the box office, you can now see, oh, sugar. Maybe we now have to now go into the direction of the sci-fi movie now. Because again, guys, I tell you again, I'm tired of seeing guys in tights. I'm tired of saying, oh, the origin story. This is how he got his powers. Or this is the one liner. Or because it's just regurgitated. The comic book movie trope has been regurgitated again and again and again, which is why DC, for the life of God, man, please do standalone films. That is the smart way to go. Do a film adaptation of Dark Knight Returns. Do standalone films that have a beginning, middle, and end. You don't need to make a flipping multiverse. You don't need to. It's like you don't need to, like, let's just get back to making good films. That's why Joker was such a great success story, because Joker just said, just make the best possible film and we're cool. Make the best possible film. Great films will always last. Great films will always last. So it's what was that? It's done. General audiences have no idea of the comic source. Infused it with infuse it with their own agendas, and they never played to the true base. So now it's going off the cliff. Same with Star Wars. This is a perfect way to end it, man. Especially with your thinking about Star Wars. Star Wars is done. Star Wars is finished. Star Wars is completely and totally and utterly done. It's totaled. Like, and the issue with Star Wars was it got sold to the wrong company. That is the biggest issue. Is Star Wars got sold with the wrong company. Star Wars. See, you would think that Star Wars is a Disney product. It isn't. Star Wars are films that have depth to them. Disney are made for kids. Star Wars, yes, kids can like Star Wars, but it was going into specific areas and talking about specific themes that were quite adult. Disney are about, no, we're about these kids. Okay? Okay, because these kids have made us the biggest company, entertainment company in the world. And we are not going to mess our fan base. So what you now get with, because again, under 20th Century Fox, 20th Century Fox they make films. Well, they made films. They're like, no, we're about films. We're not about kids. We're about films. But under Disney, like, no. There's certain kinds of things that we can accept to promote to our audience. So what you saw with those 3 completely asinine pieces of crap garbage Star Wars films was just nonsense. Just completely and totally nonsense. Because what you had, because this is what it was. Disney wanted a Disney princess, and the Disney princess was Daisy Ridley. And what they wanted was to appeal to little girls, and they failed because in their greed and their callousness, they pissed on, crapped on, and slapped the faces of the actual core audience who built Star Wars. And what they don't realize is that girls don't care about Star Wars. Girls en masse don't care about this stuff. There are only a small number of women, and they're an anomaly. A small number of women who are into video games, into superhero movies, into this kind of stuff. They're a very small number. Girls en masse, they want Titanic. They want My Little Pony. They want the romance film. It is the guys that will literally die for this particular Star Wars stuff, man. So that lies in the issue. So guys, look, man, to round off, and you remember, guys, so at 9:50, at 10 to 10, I need to get some rest. At 10 to 10, man, I will be dropping the link for us to watch The Matrix. This is our cinema club, man. So your boy HH will be taking you through the thing. So I'll drop the link at 10 to 10. Give you guys about 10 minutes to try and come in, get yourself comfortable, line the film up, and I'll be doing a nice commentary, a running commentary of The Matrix, So obviously some of you may have seen it, some of you have not. And even if those of you who have seen it, I think it's good to watch it again, but with me giving you a little bit of guideline as to what these different aspects mean, man. So guys, so tomorrow we'll be popping off with the what would we call top 10 show, top 10 graphic novels with your boy Machine will be popping off tomorrow. And on Friday, I think we talk about colorism on Friday. So on Friday we may have a talk about colorism and about light skin. So guys, I will see you guys 10 to 10. I'll remember to check the community page where I will post the link for you to come in and do your thing. So I will post the link on the community page. So when you go to Half Up Thoughts, the YouTube channel, click on the community tab. Click on the community tab, and that is where I will post the link. I will post the link on the community tab. And if people don't get there, I'll probably post it on Twitter. So if people don't reach the community tab because you're a bunch of bricks, I'll then probably post it on Twitter. But check the community tab to click on it. I'll repeat again. You don't need to be a member. This is open for everyone. It is open for everyone. So let me just say this again. At 10 to 10 BST, so in 50 minutes time from now, I will post the link, the StreamYard link, on the community tab of the Have Hopes Hot YouTube channel. Anybody can click, anybody can join in. So you click the link, you join in, and remember, you have to join in as quickly as possible because there's only a maximum of 10 people that StreamYard coming. It is open for everybody. Open for everybody. The Matrix is in right now. Stay true, stay real, stay black.